Frazier Glenn Cross is the former KKK Grand Dragon. Seems like everybody in the KKK used to be Grand Dragon. But anyway, he's being accused right now of having killed 3 people earlier this year outside of a Jewish community center in Kansas City. That was not, however, his first run-in with the law. In fact, he was arrested in Raleigh, North Carolina in the 1980s after police caught him in the back seat of a vehicle with a black male prostitute who was dressed as a woman. We have a statement from a federal prosecutor from that time who says it was pretty shocking because of his personal stances that he had taken.
But here's one thing I hate about these stories. Doug McCullough, former prosecutor, he's now a judge, he handled that case. He says he declined to elaborate on the specifics of the arrest, but did say the details are salacious. Come on!
What are you calling him, a tease?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, he brought up his personal stances. I can guess one.
Right. Yeah. Right. But I mean, like, I wouldn't want to upset Frazier. Like, I mean, come on. No, bring us the details about him.
We can guess most of the details.
I'd like to know.
Black male prostitute.
Yeah. So no, this is a wonderful case of hypocrisy, and we cover it on the show all the time. But I'm not sure there's ever been a case this crystal clear. I mean, this might be the champion in a lot of ways. Grand Wizard of the KKK with a black guy dressed as a woman. God knows what he was doing. Pretty salacious.
Salacious, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm fairly confident that the Grand Wizards of the KKK are against gay people and people who sleep with transgender folks and etc.
And black people and prostitutes and everything.
Right.
Yes.
And so he's really against black guys unless he's given one oral.
Right.
So
then it's okay.
Well, look, let's be clear. So it looks like, he's in the KKK and yet he has these hidden desires. Or maybe he's in the KKK because he has these desires, but he lives in a part of the world at a certain time where he's not able to act on them. He is sexually attracted to black men who dress as women and wants to have sex with them. If that's what you're into, you should be free to do that. But for whatever reason, he didn't feel like he was free to do that. And it ruined his soul. It ruined his mind. It created a broken human being who later on would go on to kill people thinking they might be Jewish.
I don't think that everything that people do is like them, because they're repressed. He
seems pretty repressed.
Seems like it.
He's pretty repressed, but I mean, I'm saying that if we hadn't uncovered his desire for black male transgendered people, right? The black transgendered, then he'd probably still be in the KKK. Like, there was a lot wrong with this guy. There was a lot wrong with him growing up his entire life. Remember also this about him is that he's also a rat, which is one of my favorite things about him. Not that he didn't testify against some bad people, but in the 1980s he was facing weapons charges and he threatened a race war, and he got off with a light prison sentence, which enabled him to get out and commit this horrible act.
And be placed in the federal witness protection
program. He worked with the feds because he told on his friends.
So other KKK
members threatening a race war.
Right.
I mean, on some level, you're glad he did. On another level, he's the worst kind of person in every single. The best thing about him is what was happening in the back of that car.